What's going on, guys, and welcome back to After the Whistle. I'm Mo, that's YG, we're your hosts. Today we're going to be bringing you guys our second round predictions on the 2017 NBA playoffs. Now before we get started, we did release a video on our first round predictions, but real quick, did anything really surprise you in the first round?
Yeah, I had, Chicago surprised me going up 2-0, and I think if Rondo didn't get injured, they probably would have won that series in 6 or 7 games. Rondo being injured and having to sit out the rest of the series, that just changed the entire series, and then Boston obviously took over and ended up winning the series. But other than that, I think the Clippers Utah series, they went to 7 games as expected.
Yeah, we did predict that.
Right, but I really didn't expect for Utah to win it in 7, although I said I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
This time he takes it in!
Yeah. Another thing, Memphis surprised me a little bit. I didn't think they were gonna do what they were able to do.
Overtime, Gasol will turn, his heave is gone!
I said that it's gonna be a grind out like series. I think Memphis was gonna give San Antonio a little bit of work, but obviously San Antonio has too much.
All right, well, moving on to the second round, we have our first matchup, which is in the West. We have Golden State versus the Utah Jazz. Just real quick, how do you think it's gonna play out?
Golden State will probably win it in 5. I've got Utah possibly not possibly, they're not gonna win one in Oakland, I don't think. So they'll probably win one in Utah, so I've got Golden State 4-1. Utah, I mean, they're tough, man. They're a really good team defensively, but you've got to outscore, Golden State. And Utah just doesn't have enough on offense to outscore them. So, I mean, I've got Golden State.
And they're a team that runs the system. Right. They're more like San Antonio and those teams that run, they have a particular offense they like to run. Right. They don't have really a superstar player they can play off of. And right now, Golden State, they just came off, they had a lot of rest. Yeah. They're rolling right now. Utah's just been through a battle with LA. Right. And same thing, 5 games going to Golden State. I just don't think they'll have enough to outmatch Golden State.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Now moving on, the second matchup in the West, we have the Houston Rockets versus the San Antonio Spurs. Now this is highly anticipated just for the reason Harden just came off playing one MVP candidate in Russell Westbrook. Now he's going to be playing another MVP candidate in Kawhi Leonard. Right. What do you think is going to happen in this series?
It's going to be a tough series. I think with this series it's going to take defense.
Yeah.
And I just personally think San Antonio's defense is a whole lot better than Houston's. You can't really play that whole I'm going to outscore you thing with a great proposition.
Yeah.
And Kawhi Leonard will probably be playing defense on James Harden. It'll make it a little more difficult for James Harden to kind of distribute. And Kawhi Leonard is very he's firm on defense, so you're not going to catch him with a lot of stupid fouls.
Yeah, and I think it'd be interesting to see how the refs are going to call this game.
Right.
During the first round, Harden got a lot of those 3-point fouls.
The time before. Oh, and Gibson fouls Harden on the 3-point attempt.
And this series is going to be a little bit different with a much better defender, and Kawhi is going to be sticking him throughout the series.
Yeah, he's a better defender than anybody that played in that with OKC.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, overall, the Houston's going to come out in 7 just because I think they have too much firepower. And then they do have some defensive ability with Patrick Beverly.
Into Robertson, puts on the brakes, Beverly a 3. Every chamber is filled, Patrick Beverly.
Who's going to really take Tony Parker out of the equation, not allow him to break out like he did against Memphis, especially in that last game. And then I think Ariza is going to try to do a pretty good job just containing him. You're not really going to stop him. You've said this before. It's all about just containing him, not letting him break out.
Leonard will take. You bet! Mills will back it out. Leonard heaves. He got it! Around the back. Leonard, the fadeaway is gone!
But what do you think this series is going to end up?
It's gonna be a six game series. I wouldn't be surprised if it went 7.
Yeah.
But if it does go 7, San Antonio will close it out.
In the last series, San Antonio's help wasn't there that much, and that's why they lost 2 games to Memphis, I think. Those games where they lost, LaMarcus was kind of disappointing. He wasn't doing much.
Well, that's because Memphis is really physical. We'll see how that works out, but again, it should be a good matchup.
Now, moving on to the East, we have the Boston Celtics going on against the Washington Wizards, the hometown team. What do you think this one's going to play out?
Boston is it's a good matchup. They're two evenly matched teams. I think that DC's got a little more talent. Especially with Bill and Wall, and not to take anything away from Isaiah and Avery Bradley, but Isaiah is the offensive, punch within the duo.
Cannot afford a subpar Jimmy Butler tonight as Thomas gets inside. Picks him up on the switch. Thomas, the hesitation, drives inside. Layup is
As with Wall and Bill, they can both give you 40-45 on any night.
Use that to turn the game for them. Here's Wall, beautiful hang and finish.
Enjoy the ride because these two teams are playing at such a high level. I mean, John Wall.
And plus, they're both two-way players.
Beal throws it right to Schroeder. Schroeder chased by Wall.
And to be honest, going deep into the playoffs, you need players like that.
You do.
You need at least two players who are going to go whenever they can get you 20 plus. And Wall and Beal have been able to do that. Now the thing is, Boston, if Rondo never gets hurt in the first round, they're not getting past that series.
Yeah,
let me be honest with you. And I think Washington, they just have their number, especially throughout the regular season. They just felt like when in Washington's wins, it seemed a little bit more dominant than when Boston would beat them. You know what I mean? And that's going to be the edge in this series, I think. And overall, take Isaiah Thomas out of the equation and make Boston's help beat you. Avery Bradley, Jay Crowder, you make them beat you, Olenek, those guys, they're not going to be able to match up.
Not in 5 or 6 straight games. I mean, they probably might get one game to where they get a lot of production from their bench and from just everyone around Isaiah. If Washington can limit Boston's threes and they can limit Isaiah from driving, then we should be pretty good.
So I think we're in agreement that Washington's gonna walk out 4-2. Yeah. Moving on to the next series in the East, we have the Toronto Raptors going on against the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron coming off almost a week of rest to play Toronto. Toronto just beating Milwaukee in a 6-game series. How do you see this playing out?
This should be a fun series. They've got a lot of athletes over on the Toronto side, but with Cleveland having so much rest, man, and LeBron being just.
You think it was enough time for them to get their defense together?
Yeah. They needed this week off because Cleveland's gonna win a series. It's just a matter of are they gonna do it in a 6? Are they gonna do it in a 5? I could also see them sweeping them. They wouldn't surprise me. Toronto's not really as strong as they may look. Milwaukee, if they had just a little bit of veteran presence, and I think if Jabari Parker played in that series, we would have seen a 7-game series.
X factor.
Right? So, but ultimately, I'll have Cleveland winning in 5 or 6, and they'll just cruise there. I mean, it'll be easy for Cleveland.
I'm gonna give Cleveland 6.
Okay.
I'm gonna be nice to Toronto, just because we'll see how Cleveland's defense plays. Because they've had a week of rest to straighten out that defense. And if they are able to straighten out that defense, then I think they'll be able to handle them in 5.
Right.
Now, Toronto did pick up PJ Tucker and Serge Ibaka, which are huge pickups for them, especially going against Cleveland. I think how PJ Tucker guards LeBron is going to be a big factor in the series. And then which Kyle Lowry is going to show up.
It won't matter.
Especially, you don't think so?
It won't matter.
In the playoffs, Kyle Lowry has had this tendency of sometimes not showing up. And then a couple games later, he'll have one of the best games of his life.
I'll tell you, even if Toronto comes out and just firing all cylinders, and Kyle's giving you 30, and DeMar's giving you 35, and Ibaka's giving you 2, they still don't have enough to beat Cleveland.
You think? Now, let me ask you one more question.
Sure.
Throughout the whole 4 series, if there's anyone that can give you an upset, which one is it?
I can see.
Which one do you think?
My upset would be Houston beating San Antonio. And Washington beating Boston is not really an upset. I know it's a 1 and a 4, but there were 3 games.
And like I said, they have the number.
That's not really an upset. And I don't see Utah beating Golden State, and I definitely don't see Toronto beating Cleveland. So my upset would be Houston, San Antonio.
So for our Western Conference predictions, we basically have Golden State, or I have Golden State going on against Houston, while you have...
Got Golden State, San Antonio.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in the East, I'm going to Washington and Cleveland.
I've got the same thing, Washington, Cleveland.
And so it should be pretty interesting. But that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and please like, share, and subscribe. And go check out our previous video on the first round. Tell us how we did. Chime in the comment section down below. And we'll see you guys next time for our Western Conference and Eastern Conference predictions. And we out.
Thanks for tuning in.